Welcome to Gamers Chat Podcast, where we have off-the-wall conversations about technology and video games. We will take our topics and talk about them in the most opinionated way possible. Just like the name of the show, we are gamers who love to chat about the most recent news we can find and about technology and video games. In today's episode, Bungie blames the players for recent layoffs. Nvidia's 4080 Super gives us a mere 5.3% increase. And gaming communities. Are they beneficial to one's gaming experience? This is episode 4. I am your host, the man who gets called Grandpa while playing Fortnite. I am Jacob, aka Lunar Knight. And you all know my co-host who needs no introduction, but still needs a walking cane after all the carrying he does in Destiny 2, Darren, aka Short Doggy 626.
Howdy. At this point, it's a wheelchair.
How's it going, Short Dog?
Man, this has been a week, okay? I'm good. I'm in good spirits. But boy, has it been a week. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I am just excited that it's the weekend and just ready to, do this thing and just have fun, man. I'm ready to go.
Oh, heck yeah. Same here, man. Like, I know, I know we run a little behind schedule with this, everything. And, oh, dude, I'm so happy to be recording, man. Like, I was kind of getting recording withdrawals for a second. I was kind of debating going to the bathroom and just record myself talking in the mirror for a second. And pull a joke, have a little joke moment. I was like, nah. At that point, I need to go to rehab. I'm good. I can wait.
Oh man, trust me, I understand. I get it. I miss this if I'm not doing it on the weekly basis, man.
Oh, yeah. I knew it.
All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the news for this week. Sony PlayStation's new PlayStation 5 Slim have a detachable disk drive, but it requires internet access to pair it to the PlayStation. And yeah, so people have noticed when they started getting leaks about the PlayStation 5 Slim coming out and the boxes and stuff like that, apparently, they noticed that, when they started talking about the attachable Blu-ray disc drive player, it actually shows on a box that was leaked out that it says internet connection required to pair disc drive. And, some people just have more questions than they have answers.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's, one of the things is the question is it going to be a one-time thing? Is it going to sit there and be like, okay, here's the disk drive, here's your PlayStation, the server's going to recognize them both and connect them together and pair them for the disk drive to function? Or is it going to have to be a requirement every single time the player wants to, play a game or watch a movie with their Blu-ray disc player that they have to have internet access? I mean, if that's the case, think about what would happen if the internet goes down and, but they still have power and want to watch a movie.
They don't want to be the next Connect, the Xbox Connect situation. They don't want that. So this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm an optimist here. I'm thinking that it's just kind of like, that one time setup where it's like, how like for the first time you set up your controller, you kind of need the USB type C plug to, set up all that stuff. I'm thinking like maybe it might be something like that. I'm not sure. That's just my thought process. But the thing, it's hard to think that they would come out with a attachment that has to be connected to the internet at all times in order for it to work. That that kind of be a shot in the foot, especially especially being that the new standard PS5 and digital PS5, the disc drive can be interchangeable between them. If that's the case with the disc drive, then I can see the digital selling a lot more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I mean, dude, nobody want to have because, like, if I'm not mistaken, the disc drive itself is like what, $79.99, $80.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be too happy with that, Jacob. I don't want my Blu-ray player constantly having to be connected to the internet. It's a
No.
Blu-ray player. I bought it to use this, not to surf the web.
Well, that brings up another issue. I mean, the cost of the expandable drive or the attachable drive is about $80, where if you just bought the console with the built-in disk drive, you're saving about $30 in comparison.
Yeah,
from the system. Why would I want to spend more money for an attachable device, which I'm not even guaranteed that it's going to work offline?
exactly.
And invest more money onto something like that? It makes no sense.
Now I will say this, and I guess my Sony pony is showing. Now, being that we haven't got any more information on it yet, because personally, right now, how I look at it, the digital is going to be, for 2022, the digital is going to be the better seller, because a simple fact, everybody going digital at this point. And I just feel like if you want that physical, it's like the whole physical thing is like you're collecting the cases, or you just like that. You just like to have just like you like the feeling of having a complete set, the complete package. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like you got the digital, you got the console that can hold the game digitally, and you can put your disc in there, your disc games in there. But I will say this. I would say we should wait until a little more information comes out, because just like another Sony product that they announced a while back, the the PlayStation Portal. Yeah, the PlayStation Portal. You could go to their website right now, they give you the full rundown of it. And everybody was dogging that portal. That little accessory. That's what it is. It's an accessory. It's an accessory for your PS5. They were dogging it because it was like, oh, you can only use it on your home Wi-Fi or on your own Wi-Fi or the PlayStation, or you can only use it on the same Wi-Fi to your PlayStation on, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to find out? That's not the case. That it's literally a little device that you can take with you if you got to go to a hotel, or like, let's say you're traveling, right? Go to a hotel, get a hotel internet, connect that bad boy and play your PS5, play your from your PS5 all the way at your home, and no problem, good connection, everything. So like I said, I think it's just best if we wait until we get a little more information. But Sony, please don't make me look like an a-hole and be like, oh yeah, you gotta have internet all the time. 'Cause at that point, I'm gonna slap you. I don't want to be that guy. Please don't make me that guy.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, we should wait for a little bit more information, and that's the thing. I mean, nothing's confirmed yet, but that is what people are concerned about.
Yeah,
So
I mean, and it's a valid concern too, because it's like, I mean, shoot, we got homies right now that got crap internet. So let's think about the kind of mess they got to go through, and they were to somehow get their hand on a PS5, standard PS5 Slim, and they go out and now they can't use their Blu-ray player.
Yeah,
like it would not be a fun day.
No, it wouldn't. So who knows? Well, we'll find out in the future. I mean, this is still unclear 100%. Like I said, it was a leaked product, and information about it being out is just like you said, it's up in the air,
Yep.
and we just need to wait and see what happens with future updates. So hopefully we'll see something about more positive in the future.
Yeah, I mean, look, I really do, because I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the slim boy, the slim stations, you know, they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be dropping this month. So I mean, we kind of need that information. You gave us information about the portal. Got me looking at that bad boy like, ooh, huh? You know what? If it didn't require a PS5, I would say that would blow Nintendo out of the water, and handheld game department. If it didn't require the PS5, for you to have the PS5 already.
I can have a argument about the PlayStation Portal versus another item, but I'll save that for later.
Yeah. Oh, see, and this is what I love. If a possible conversation for future episodes. Who freaking wrong?
All right. So the next article we're going to talk about, and mind you, ladies and gentlemen, these might be short and sweet. Who knows? We'll see how things go for the evening. But PSA announcement, public service announcement, people. Fortnite V-Bucks are getting more expensive, and they already have taken effect.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. So if you're a fan of Epic Games Fortnite and you enjoy playing the game, hoorah for you. But if you like to buy your in-game currencies and your real-world money packets and stuff like that, well, I got some news for you guys. Unfortunately, they have increased the prices on everything. So
you ain't freaking kidding. Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
So they increased the price of like the 1,000 V-Bucks from $8 to $9, 2,800 V-Bucks from $20 to $23, 5,000 V-Bucks is moving from $32 to $37, and then the cost of a 13,500 V-Bucks has increased from $80 to $90.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
Come on, Epic Games. I know Fortnite is your metaverse, but come on now, baby. That's no. At that point, kids will be getting whoopings for every time they accidentally use their mom and dad credit card to get some V-Bucks. No. Oh my God. Like, roll that back. I'm sorry. How can I put this? Jake, you know my sense of Fortnite for a long time. You know, with me and a lot of people, even you, we did not start playing this game or start really taking an interest in the game until they brought out no build. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing that Fortnite was known for, the building. If you have to come out with a mode that you take up the main thing you're known for, that boosts your popularity to a whole new level. Don't go up on the price. Don't go up on the price. Keep the prices where it's at. Matter of fact, go down on price. Lower that baby. Just a little bit. I mean, come on, Epic Games. What other games Epic Games got right now?
I mean, not as good as Fortnite.
I mean, true, but still. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of money. So what's happening to the skins?
I mean, the skins are going to cost the same, I'm assuming, for the cost. It's just, if you want to buy the skins, you're just going to have to, purchase the V-Bucks to get them. But I mean, there are certain things, I believe, like one of the real world cash investments called Anime Legends Pack which featured cel-shaded remixes of 3 Fortnite characters, classic characters, meant by the way,
Yeah.
went up in price by $3.
Oh.
And
Oh.
then if you were wanting the Transformers pack, while it's still in rotation as of right now, if it's still in rotation, it's currently $25. But once it comes back, it's a possibility that is expected to increase between $3 and $5.
No. No. They're lying to us. They're playing with us. They're having a laugh at our expense. That's what's going on. That's what's going on here. Ain't no way.
Well, this is pretty much the PlayStation Plus all over again.
Yes.
This
Oh
is
my God.
exactly what it is.
Yes. Let's just hold it on. Let's just hope Epic Games on CEO don't come out and be like, well, look, they're trying to justify the price. The price hike by saying, well, it's been a couple of years since the last time it went up on the price, so here we go. Like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh.
And that's what makes it so frustrating is like, you really want to be able to have those characters and skins, but I don't want to spend that much extra money just to be able to get it.
Exactly.
And it's not fair, but at the same time, nothing has been fair with the way inflation has gone worldwide, no matter what the situation is. So I'm not going to say I understand or justify this, but I think it is overall not a good business
practice, or it's a business move, but I don't think it's a good business move.
No, I don't either.
Like, because like, if anything, I think, matter of fact, with this next season too, ain't they going back to how they're going back to, like, I think how Fortnite used to be at the very beginning.
Oh, they're just bringing back they're bringing back one of the classic maps.
Yes. And for a good bit, there was rumors that they were going to take out no build. They quickly dispelled that rumor. They're like, wait, no, wait, hold on. No, it's still gonna be here, baby. So don't worry, y'all gonna have your no build, okay?
Well, I was about to bring out the pitchforks and the torches and start, going down to Epic Games and showing my affection towards them at that point, if that was the case.
Saying, hey, I'll be right there with you. Just don't let me set on fire, because I know I might get a little bit too happy, and then I will be in my wheelchair. I don't think anybody want to see don't want to see the Flaming Wheels 2.0. I don't think, like, Burning Man 2.0. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm stupid. Lord.
I'm glad you acknowledged that.
Oh, I try to keep myself humble, Jake. I'll try to keep myself humble.
Fair enough. All right. So there's your little public service announcement. Oh, actually, speaking of price increases or price involvement for in-game purchases, apparently, recently during the holiday or Halloween season, MK1 had released a new fatality for the Halloween season, and they were charging $10 for this fatality that every character is able to use, but people were like upset about this, and people have kind of pushed back against Warner Brothers, and kind of, I believe some people started, requesting or so-called demanding money back for something that probably should have just been a free
Yeah,
uh
because I mean, because
a
like,
free inclusion.
yeah, because like the thing in the past, NetherRealm Studios have done that with their past Mortal Kombat game, where it's like, well, okay. They did it with brutalities. They've done it with brutalities, where it's like they may add a couple of new brutalities, new stage brutalities, or anything like, or something like that. Now, as far as actual fatalities, the only time I've seen them add fatalities is when they add a new character, and that's character DLC. To be honest, for something that is a a holiday oriented fatality, I think it would have been a good. I think it would have been just cool to be like a trick or treat type deal, and that's like our treat to the trick or treat.
Yeah.
Portion. I think it would be nice if they would have just gave us that. Well, not us, 'cause I don't have the game yet, but if they would have just given them that, given their player base that for free. Because let's
Well,
be honest. Go ahead.
you're absolutely right, and that's the thing. In this case, what they did, I feel like Warner Brothers said, "Here's our trick. Now
Give us a treat.
pay up,
Yeah,
and we'll give you a treat." It's like
exactly. 'Cause, like,
it's like if you went trick or treating as a kid and you went to someone's house and they would have been like, "All right, give me $5," and then they hand you a fun sized candy bar.
oh no, they get smacked. They get backed up.
Well, that's exactly how people feel about this.
Yeah, and I understand it.
I
Like,
mean,
dude,
people were sitting here trying to start a boycott against Warner Brothers for the fact of saying, "Don't buy this fatality." It's they feel like it was a waste of money.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude. No,
like
I mean, it is. I mean, dude, a fatality. Because I seen the fatality. You showed me the fatality. In all honesty, that is not a $10 fatality. That is not a fatality worth the price of a DLC character. It's not. It's just not. That's another thing too. It's like y'all is gonna make a killing with the DLC, the DLC character play. The people buy the individual DLCs. Y'all gonna make a killing that way in that department alone. Did y'all really need the 10 extra bucks? Like, did you really need to throw
well,
that
I
in
mean,
there?
that's the thing. I mean, the game costs $70 for the base game, just
Yes.
just for the game alone, or it was 110 if players bought the premium edition.
Yeah. 100.
You're
110.
Yeah,
Which is
but
weird. Like,
why would you pay roughly 15% off the base game for a fatality, for one fatality?
well, because Jacob, everybody can use it.
It's
Oh,
not it's not a DLC. It has no
I
extra
know.
content.
It's like it's really it is like, honestly, man, it is not a good time to be a gamer. Because that's what all these articles are telling me. And that's the sad truth of the matter. That right now it is expensive to be a gamer. Well, it's really, let's be honest, it's not going to be as expensive as you make it out to be. But it's like these studios is not they don't want to do nothing for free anymore like that. And when there's something to do for free, it's like it's cool, it's nice, a nice gesture, but ultimately it's like, yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This was one of those cool, nice gestures that should have been free, not $10.
right.
Other round. You want Warner Bros. What y'all doing, baby? Like, come on now, y'all used to be the cool kids. Y'all still are the cool kids. Come, come back to the cool kids table, please.
Yeah. I mean, It just makes no sense.
They really don't.
It does not.
Oh,
And I mean, I want to get the game. I kind of feel bad I missed out on this fatality because I think it's a cool fatality, but I'm glad I'm not paying for it.
yeah.
Because honestly, I think what they should have done in Warner Brothers, I mean, think about it. This kind of probably would have been more beneficial is if you would have, added it as a inclusion for, the purchase, of, maybe the premium edition. And if people wanted to buy it for from the base game, I would have made it, what, say $5 if I was going to purchase it, out hand instead of $10.
Yeah,
But
five is right.
yeah, I mean that, or at least make it where I'm able to, where I need to play the game and earn in-game currency of some sort, whether it be, actual game currency or some sort of, other in-game acclamation of, something
Yeah.
to sit there and get the get the fatality, just like you get the, the accessories and the stuff that you get for the characters. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
Give the players a reason to play the game to earn something as a reward. Don't make us, pay for a reward. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know what? Let me ask you this: who do you think that pulled the trigger on that? You think it was NetherRealm Studios or Warner Bros?
I can't say for sure, but I would probably say it was a combination of Netherworld Studios and Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers has got to get a cut of the purchase in the first place.
Yeah.
So
I like it. It's like, God dang, it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of sad when you see. It's kind of sad when you see these. When you see the company that kind of been the sticking to the man, like kind of came off of the sticking to the man group. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They kind of go that route, like money, 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 that money. Give me your money. Yeah.
yeah, no, it that's just how society is getting, man. It's all about the money.
Oh my God.
So and it's starting to affect the gaming community.
Yes, it is. It's like I got.
Let's not have MK1 start becoming the new Call of Duty.
Yes.
Because
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Please.
But on the other hand, though, what Call of Duty does is they create a package where you're getting multiple items and skins included for the cost of whatever you're getting for the in-game currency, not just one item.
That is true. That is absolutely true. Even though they charge you out of wazoo, but you are getting more bang for your buck at that point.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. All right, Call of Duty. Shoot, Call of Duty give away free stuff to what was it? Amazon Prime. For the longest, PlayStation had like a lot of exclusive PlayStation Plus bonuses and whatnot. Whereas, shoot, I've gotten maybe three whole skins and like three whole skin gun packs. Like, operator gun pack, all that, and like, little emblems, whatnot,
Right.
for free from PlayStation Plus alone. And maybe one from Game Pass, not Game Pass, but Amazon Prime Gaming.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like I said, for $10, shoot, let's be honest, for $10 you can get for $10 that's a modded out weapon. And it's a bonus if you don't already have the weapon, because once you get that little perk, that little pack, that unlocks the weapon for you.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. You apparently this thing is tricked out by pros. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how pro they are, but they're tricked out by pros. So when you're using the gun, you're using the gun, and I guess in an optimal way to use it with the optimal specs and whatnot, they give you your best chances of getting those kills and getting those takedowns and whatnot.
Right.
And that's just $10. That's a lot versus that's a lot versus a freaking fatality that, hey, one, you gotta learn to use it. Two, you gotta put it in right to use it. And three, let's just hope they don't rage quit before you can use it.
Oh, you make valid points on all that.
Hey man,
So-
I try my best to. Oh,
All right. All right. So our next topic, and this is a kind of a warning ahead of time right now. I might get a little heated about this one.
oh God, we talking about what we talking about? I think we're talking about.
We are.
Oh no!
So
Oh, fair
yeah,
warning. We both might get heated by this one.
well,
Goodness.
someone's got to stay level-headed.
I mean, dude, like I told, because I know what we're about to talk about. And like I told you at first, in all honesty, I wanted to be outraged. I wanted to be angry, you know, but at first I couldn't, because, and just tell the people the topic, man. Tell the people the topic.
All right. So if any of you fans out there are Destiny 2 fans, well, you may have heard recently that Bungie laid off a portion of its team, and they are one of the most recent players that got, that
Employers.
did layoffs, doing it and cutting their staff down, just because, they quote unquote, I'm going to do air quotes here, needed to cut the staff, but
let's be real
no.
here, people.
Yeah,
Let's be real here.
but there's not much to talk about, the fact that they laid off the employees, but what it is later on we found out that Bungie is blaming the layoffs on the players.
Yeah, for the poor sales and poor engagement with Destiny 2, but it's like, my dude. Okay, Jakey, can I tear over a new one right quick?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, people, here's the thing. For me, Destiny, the game, Destiny as a franchise, holds a very special place in my heart, because that's the game where I met one Jake here, who is my brother, who I met my entire friend group. These are people I've been friends with. I'm still friends with till this day, right? To see this company, to be invested in the game and the story, like I have, and to see this company be like, oh, we're doing the layoff because, well, the player engagement is not where we want it to be. And it's like, then it comes to find out, employees was sitting here and freaking begging now the upper management to do something to make necessary changes that people have been wanting in this game for a while. Now, here's the thing. Final Shape. I'm looking forward to Final Shape, because that's the final chapter in the Light and Dark story for Destiny, right? Final Shape got pushed back to June 2024. And the new game that they were working on, Marathon, that got pushed back to 2025. 2025. And the thing is, in all honesty, Bungie cannot sit here and try to blame anything on the player base. They cannot blame that on the player base. They cannot blame it on the staff. It's like, if you're not, it's like, you know what? This is what I think. Because, like, this is what I think. Lightfall, cool story. It was fun. It was cool. I did not like the 80s thing. Like, I did not mind the 80s theme, but it was unnecessary. And it felt so last minute for as a starter, as a way to start off this year of Destiny content. You know what I'm saying? Then just to, have that jump, have it end. And the way it did, have the first season and the way it did, it just set this tone, like, you did not feel good about it. You felt icky. It's like, you did not beat the guy. You don't really learn nothing. You don't really get the new powers until after you complete the story. And like, even then, it's not a complete set. You still gotta play with the power, use it, and collect the material to upgrade it completely. Then with the first season, they kill off a beloved character. So yeah, it's like that kind of set a tone. So yes, Bungie, I'm sorry to say this, Boobala, but when we get a story like that, and your game, and because there's so much with this game that needs to be worked on, PvP, freaking like PvP and Gambit, just to name a few. When you start off this year like that, and you're not really doing nothing to improve, Crucible and Gambit. Like, matter of fact, you said you looked at Gambit and was like, hey, are you my child? No, you're not my child. You're my stepchild. Oh, you should be able to be here. Like they just completely abandoned that mode. And hey, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. I'm ranting, folks, and I'm sorry about that. It's just this stuff pisses me off. It pisses me off when I hear a company that I have grown to respect and love come off like some arrogant assholes. Because that's what it is. They are coming off as arrogant assholes. You know what? You know what, Jake? I personally think since them leaving Activision, then getting in bed with Sony, to be honest with you, they'll walk around here like this. They'll walk around here like the new trophy wife. That's what happened. That's what's going on. They walk around here like the new trophy wife. Now, they
The
doing
new Housewives of
victory laps.
Bungie.
Yes, the new Housewives of Bungie. They walk around here doing victory laps and whatnot. Like, hey, you still got a game to maintain. But like what I was telling you earlier this week, when we first was talking about this topic, right? I tell you that I couldn't feel outrage. I just couldn't feel the outrage I wanted to feel at first, right? And that's because it's like, dude, I'll be honest with you. You want to know something? Every time I heard people talk about this, they're like, the main word I heard used when they talk about the layoffs was massive, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, which, don't get me wrong, 100 people out of a 1,200 staff. No way you cut it, buddies. That's not a good look, baby. That's not a good look. You laid off 100 people. For what? Honestly, I want to know what those 100 people's salary was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that is one of the things that actually frustrates me, is because Bungie apparently knew that Destiny 2 was struggling, and the employees weren't expecting a recent layoff of the roughly 100 staff members. But the thing is like, it makes no sense for them to blame us, the players and the users, for this, layoff. I mean, okay. So the problem that they had was the fact that they lost a 45% margin below their projects for this year.
Yep.
Since the release of Lightfall.
Yep.
And it had, they've said in here, they literally said that Bungie 2 has struggled in the weeks, in the months following the release of the cyberpunk infused Lightfall expansion.
Yeah. And I agree.
And people apparently are asking a refund for their Final Shape pre-orders.
Oh, no, they ain't asking. They get no refunds.
Yeah, well, we know that they're getting them, but it's just the principle that but it infuriates me that you want to blame it on the users, but you're not taking responsibility for your own actions, for the fact that you created a game that was almost historically one of the best multiplayer
multiplayer
first-person shooter games, with a great story and history behind it, and a great lore.
Yeah.
But then you start to just make new things to just continue the game, and it starts to feel like each new pack and expansion starts to feel more of a lackluster feel, and there's less shine to the creativity of the game.
Less love. You're right. It's like, there's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's a lot less love there. Because
okay, so here's what I want to know.
Like, really?
Why could not the CEO of Bungie decide, instead of losing all these people, why don't we reduce the cost of some of our salaries to make up the loss until we can start seeing a increase in our projection value for the next sales of the Final Shape, and see what happens in the next 6 months?
Because, Jacob, that is what a good captain would do. They're not the Kell of Kells. Okay? They're warlords. That's the problem. That is the problem. And people, like, I hate to say it. I hate to say it. It's like, that is a real good question. Instead of laying off people, which, let's be real here, you laid them off the day before Halloween, where their insurance ran out on the 1st.
Well, not some of the features, some of their benefits stay active for the next 3 months.
Yeah, but some
of them did end on the 1st of November.
Yes. So yeah, some of them end on the 1st of November, which is like, oh, bro, that's kind of dark.
It's like a slap in the face.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, okay, like, oh, that's how you gonna do me. That's how we rocking now. Yeah, that's how we rocking. Oh, okay, I got you. But yeah, like, in all honesty, they could have and should have. Like, I feel like the CEO, the people at top, honestly, take that break, take that pay cut. I mean, dude, Y'all let go a composer that has been with Bungie, that has been with the company since the 1990s. You know what I'm saying? This man has been with them since the 1990s. Y'all let Buddy go. This man has made, honestly, I hate to say it, my lullaby song, the Deep Stone lullaby from Beyond Light. Yeah, for me, yeah, it's the main theme song from Beyond Light. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you heard it before, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
They let that man go. He made all that stuff. And I'm like, if you, like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fight, but you know his paycheck had to be looking good.
Oh yeah,
Like his paycheck looking good. So my question is this: it's like, instead of cutting people, instead of letting people go, like you said, reduce things, and also go down on a freaking price. Go down on the freaking price of your stuff. Make this game like in all honesty, like, this is my suggestion for Bungie. When it comes out to Destiny and Destiny alone. Right? Because one, fix PvP. Do something about the time to kill. Do something about how to map. Do something about the maps. Bring back all the maps from D1 and the maps y'all took out of D2. I understand that not all the locations is in the game anymore because, you know, darkness game and all that stuff. But as you have showed us before with some of the Gambit maps, we don't exactly, the location, these planets don't even need to be accessible in order for the maps to be in the game still. So bring back the maps. Make the overall feel of PvP more fun. Like do some, like, balance the guns, and that is and now I'm gonna be honest with you there. That is a very tall order when it comes down to weapon balancing, because every time you have balanced one weapon or you have balanced a set of weapons, there's always a new meta, and that's, I think at this point, that's this game alone. But yeah, Bungie, if you want Destiny to survive, if you want Destiny to thrive, at this point in the game, because y'all is literally at the finish line here. Y'all is at the finish line. If Final Shape ends on a good, not great, a good, not great, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When I say this, there would not be a Destiny going forward, because at that point a lot of people are going to check out, because it's like it's just like it's like reading the Harry Potter books or the Twilight books. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, now you done read the story, or the not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones books. Like, okay, you done read the story, but hey, you know, they got this book out here that talk about everything that happened after that. Well, how the last book kind of handled itself wasn't very good. I don't really care. And that's what's going to happen if y'all don't do something to fix your game. Like, put the passion back into what y'all do. That's what y'all need to do, man. Put that passion back there. And stop blaming the players for your game, you know, being the way it is. Because you know what? I can't believe I am quoting this guy right now, but Dado said it best. With everything that's going on with Bungie, with, you know, the layoff and all of this, there's no real one person to blame. There's no real, like, there's not really one person in Bungie that could be blamed. Maybe besides the higher ups. If what the rumors was saying, well, when the rumors I heard about, you know, about employees coming to them begging them to make these changes to the game, then yeah, they're to blame for Bungie being the way it is right now. You know,
Yeah.
it sucks.
No, it does. It does.
It sucks, man. Cause like I still
And
like I still hop on Bungie and just play sometimes and just rock out to my music, but it just it sucks when the people behind it is just when you know the people behind it is got that type of energy walking around, spewing out their mouth right now. It makes it hard for you to enjoy the game and want to play the game because it's like I don't want to give you my money. That's how you feel, my brother.
yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's your daily dose of short doggy rant.
I'm sorry.
So, I mean, I feel like we've ran out of time, but we've got a few more things to talk about. So, man, we're gonna have to work on your time to end sessions. I'm gonna start putting up a clock and says this is how much time you have to rant, and that's it.
You know what the sad part is? I was looking at the recording too. I'm like, you know what? Okay, Darren, you said enough. But then it's just like the passion just came out. The passion is coming out of it because it's like
you say enough and then it just keeps on coming. It's like you don't know when to stop.
Exactly. But all right. That's my bad.
All right. So our next topic is on the technology side, and we're gonna talk about Nvidia's RTX 4080 Super GPU that has been getting some leaks. As it's not been 100% confirmed, but we have gotten leaks about some performances and other things as well. So it has been somewhat, and I'm going to say this lightly, it is very much likely the name of the new graphics card is going to be the RTX 4080 Super. And that's based on the PCI ID repository, which is an independent database of hardware device information. And it listed the device during a testing of a sort as a 4080 Super with its GPU codename. But the 4080 Super is currently expecting to provide only a mere 5.3% increase of shaders using the Ada chipset that Nvidia is using for this graphics card.
My goodness.
Well, I mean, like it doesn't sound impressive.
No, it don't. It's like it's. But we thought because like I know that price is gonna be a pretty penny just to get 5.3%.
Well, that's just for shaders. So we haven't been confirmed yet of whether there's going to be higher clock speeds for the processing. We haven't heard if there's going to be any increase of RAM or anything like that. But what they're thinking from the leaks and information, they're still using the Ada 103 chip, and that's the same chip that the current 4080 uses. But the 4080 uses less than hold on, I have to correct myself. The 4080 currently uses the 8103 GPU chip, but it is just 4 streaming multiprocessors less than what is expected in a full active processing chip. So, so what that essentially means is, like, right now, the 4080 currently has 9,728 shaders available in its, in the chipset, and that's what it uses for, the graphics. But the 4080 Super, if it's going to get the full access to the 8103 chip and the die set, then they're only saying that it's going to get an extra 512 shaders. So that's only going to bring it up to like 10,240 shaders. So that's a 5.3% increase on shaders alone. And in comparison, they did the same thing. They had the same thing happen with the 2080 and the 2080 Super back in 2019. When they brought out the 2080 Super, the 2080 Super was only a fraction better than that of the 2080 that it replaced. And luckily back then they did charge you the same cost for the 2080 Super that the 2080 was going for on the market. But it only had an increase of 4% more shaders, 6% higher boost clocks, and 11% faster VRAM. So you pretty much were getting a disappointment, an increase for the 2080, getting just a little bit more performance per cost, but nothing necessarily like worth the money at that time. But again, currently the 4080 is going for $1,200, and we're hoping that if history repeats itself, we're hoping that the 4080 Super will also come out as $1,200, so that way it's going to replace the 4080.
Yeah,
but just for and they have got to have some reason for better performance all the way around, just for it to make sense to purchase that graphics card. If not, it's just all they're doing is saying, here, a shiny new toy, and then everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, and then it's gonna be
for a while,
and then you're gonna be severely disappointed.
Yeah. Honestly, with the RTX 2080, I remember actually hearing the guys talking about that back when that was going on, because there was one homie I used to show him in the PlayStation chat was a big PC buff. One of those guys. He was like, man, he was talking crap about it. Like, he was like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, the terms the same price, but we're not really getting much for it. I'm like, at the time, I hate to say, I'm a little more knowledgeable now on it. By the time I was like, well, if that's the problem, then why did you buy it? But like this, like I said, the thing with the 48 is the 4080 Super, right?
Yeah, that's the expected name.
Yeah, the 4080 Super. To be honest with you, maybe, just maybe, I'm pretty sure it's going to excel in another department. It got to excel in a different department. It got to, right?
If history repeats itself like it tends to do with Nvidia, it ain't looking hopeful.
But because that's $1,200. That's not cheap.
That's what the current 4080 goes for. And
Thank God.
knowing Nvidia, if they bring out the 4080, they're probably going to increase the price of that by about $100 minimum.
Minimum. I don't know what's minimum.
Yeah,
Minimum, he says, people. My goodness. It is expensive to be a PC person. It
yeah.
really
Well, I
is.
mean, right now, I mean the the 4080 has not exactly sold in a huge number as Nvidia is hoping.
Well, yeah.
So, you know, if they bring out the 4080 Super before the holidays or even after the holidays, that's great. But, you know, I mean, people believe that if they bring out the 4080 Super before the holidays, then you could expect to see Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales on the 4080 itself,
Yeah.
and seeing the price decline on that relatively quick just for the holidays.
Did he ever with the 4080? Because if I'm not mistaken, the 4080 was the graphic card that was melting. Was it?
No, well, it has issues similar to the 4090, but
Oh, okay.
the 4090 is the graphics card that has been known to have the melting connectors.
Okay. See, I was about to say, because it's like if you're like if if you're going to be coming up with that super, you at least fix that.
Oh well, they did. They already fixed that. They fixed it with
Really?
the 4070 series.
Oh, wait, hold up. So they discontinued the 4090s and
Nope. Now the 4090s are still a huge sale, and
okay,
people are buying them, and even though they know the risks,
okay,
but the but uh the new clip that they designed was not designed until the 4070.
oh,
And
okay. I see what you're talking about.
yeah,
So it's
and
like
so but the thing is right now Nvidia most likely still has a decent amount of 4090s that are spread across the different third party partners,
yeah,
to where they have not deployed the new clip for the uh, connector
okay.
on those devices yet, because they haven't run out of inventory to need to replace them.
So
And I'm not saying that's actually what happened. I'm just saying that's a possibility.
yeah.
But
So do they?
with the rumors of new 4090s coming out, like the 4090 Ti,
Yeah.
then if that does come out, then it is pretty much guaranteed that that's going to have the new clip set on it. So
Okay.
they're less likely to have that worry of the melting clips that the 4090 currently has experiencing.
All right. So quick question: are they I guess giving people replacement for that? Because
Yes. Yeah.
okay, good. See,
As long
that's
as long as they have it under insurance,
yeah,
not in insurance, but under warranty. Thank you.
yeah.
There's the word, warranty. As long as it's under warranty, they will cover it and replace it.
You know, hey Jake, you know what? It would be my luck to get a 4090, have it work perfectly. So I taking the warranties for a year, right?
No, most of the companies will provide a warranty for anywhere between 2 to 5 years.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. But it's still,
It depends on the manufacturer.
oh, that's beautiful. But it still be my luck. The day after it go past warranty, something else will happen. It would be my freaking luck, man.
Well, that's
But
why I don't take the insurance off my cell phones, because as soon as I know that I get a new cell phone, if I took the insurance off, something's about to happen, and I'm gonna, either my phone or your phone or somebody's phone is gonna get broken, and it'd be like, well, I don't have insurance, so
I'm screwed.
yeah.
I'm chopped and screwed. Oh
So,
shoot.
but
I'm
so
I'm actually I'm
there's your taste for this week of PC gaming technology and PC gaming related news. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. No, just kidding.
I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. You know, I'm gonna deem that. I'm gonna deem it the Jake special.
No, don't come up with
Come on,
names. You can't. No,
come
do not
on,
come up with names.
come on, now, the Jake.
That's why I typically have something called Knights Tech.
Yeah, boom, there we go. But
I
see,
mean,
exactly, got you to put that plug in.
so I mean, if I had if I did a section, I would call it Night Tech.
Dude,
You know,
definitely call it that. Like, honestly, like I say, as we grow, you know, there will be room to explore new things, and I think Night Tech would be a good addition.
well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it
And
flows.
yeah,
All right. So let's hop into our topics real quick.
let it rip.
All right. So, I know we've talked about this a little bit in person, but, and I would love to hear from my listeners. I would love to hear your opinion about this. But do you really need more than 60 frames per second or FPS to play your games?
Mm.
And the reason why I say that is because we have tons of games out there that we can play at 60 frames per second or 60 FPS, which is pretty much the standard of what you want to have a smooth gameplay.
Yeah.
But then we have other games where people are wanting or demanding more frames per second, so that way they can have what they consider a gamer's edge on the competition.
Yeah.
But that usually, that's usually in the case of first-person shooters,
Mainly.
like Call of Duty or not Fort, well, not
no, yeah, Fortnite
Fortnite,
too.
Fortnite too. Any of those
Destiny.
any of the e-games, esports games. So,
because I'm not gonna lie to you, the jump. I would say this. I think 60 frames per second is a good minimum. It's a good starting point. Because the reason why I say this was the jump from Destiny to on the PS4 to the PS5 or to the PS5, and that was like going from 30 to 60. Oh, I noticed that. And then once I finally got a monitor that can go up to 120, that refresh rate 120, and seeing that, yeah, no, like I give it that. It matters. There is an edge there that's given to you when you boost up things. Even though, like I said before, you're not gonna notice as much after a while, but it's like, cause I always felt your eyes are gonna adjust. But yeah, I say yeah.
Okay. Well, do I think it's necessary to go more than 60 frames? I'm gonna go yes and no. Okay.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
Well, 60 frames is perfect for playing most games that are already out there. And that's all you need to have a smooth gameplay for most of your games. But once you start having games that, drop down to 30 FPS or lower, you're really going to have stagger issues and stuttering and, jitters, and things are just kind of look like a really bad,
Gotham Knights.
Well, no, I was going to say, pretty much like, when a really bad buffering of a streaming movie off of Netflix, when it's going frame by frame and you're like,
don't remind me of those days. That remind me of those
but
days.
but yeah, I mean, but 60 frame is like the sweet spot,
Yeah.
and I think it works great. But I mean, I've seen gameplay of MK1 on the Nintendo Switch, and I've seen it on the Xbox Series X, and I've seen it on the PS5, mostly on YouTube. I haven't played it myself,
Yeah.
but when it's played on the Switch, the Switch says it can play it plays the game at 60 frames per second, but in reality, it's playing anywhere between 20 frames and 60 frames.
Yeah.
So it stutters pretty often based on like the input and how quick, movements are. Like it's not able to keep up with with the transition of colors and frames and stuff like that. And it makes it a very unenjoyable game to play when it does those situations. But I
Yeah.
mean, it does good to stay above 30 frames on most part. But when you have those moments where it drops below 30 frames, it is just atrocious to sit there and see that kind of gameplay.
Oh yeah. Hey,
But
you want? Go ahead.
but again, when you had other games like Red Dead Redemption 2, that got locked at 30 frames for a while, and it looks great,
Yeah.
but until they actually allow you to play it in 60 frames per second, you're not. I mean, you're stuck at 30 frames.
Yeah.
So you're likely to have those moments a lot more where you're going to have jitters and be like, why are we buffering here? What kind of issues? What kind of experiences are we going to have? But for games like that, 60 frames per second is not, or not 60 frames. Anything above 60 frames per second is not necessary for those type of games.
Yeah.
Because
It's really not.
No, because when you play games like Mortal Kombat 1, or any kind of fighting game, and you're playing against somebody online, what's important is your latency between the connections between you and the player.
Yeah.
Not the frames per second as much. Well, let me correct myself. Your frames per second are essential when it comes to playing against somebody on a competition level type game like that.
Yeah.
You want to have as much frames as possible. And if the game only limits itself to 60 frames per second, you need to make sure that you're getting 60 frames per second at the best or at the most for any moment that you're playing against somebody.
Yeah.
But
like capitalize on that as much as you can, to be honest.
Yeah.
You want to know something I find weird? So, as you know, I recently bought Sonic Superstars for, the kids for when the kids over here playing on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
Even that game has frame drops.
Mm-hmm.
Where it gets to the point, I don't know what is native. I don't know what it's at natively. I think it might be 60. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But when it happens, it's just, it throws me off. It like you said, it really will throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that buffering and like it's almost like it's like almost like to the point where it's like it's the game about to crash,
Right.
and it's like wow.
Yeah.
Not a fun feeling.
But on my other hand, though, do I think that some games need more than 60 FPS? Absolutely.
Yeah.
For those competition games and esports games, yeah, you definitely want as many frames as possible because you want to have smoother transitions. You want to have, that more realistic type movement, and you definitely want to be able to try to have as much of an advantage as you can, against your opponent, when you play them. But luckily in competition environments, everything's the exact same monitor, same console,
Yeah.
or same unit. It's just it's based on how you play at that point. But in the real world, yeah, I mean, you definitely want something more than 60 FPS for those types of games.
So let me ask you this. When it come down to racing games, right? Like Forza Motorsport or Need for Speed, the latest Need for Speed. I can't remember the name of it. What is the frame rate would you say will best benefit those type of games?
60 to 75.
60 to 75? You know, and you know, I was thinking that because I tried Motorsport the other day, and I put it on the settings that was recommended for my graphic card, my PC. All right. As I was racing, it was having a hard time staying above. It had a hard time staying up there, like at least at 59 frames per second, at 60 frames at the max. It would go. Sometimes it would go as low as 43 frames, and it was jarring. It was if I'm using right, jarring to see it. It was like, this is not what I expected.
Right.
It is just but yeah, so you said 60 to 75.
Yeah, that's kind of the sweet spot for me.
I think so. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. All right. So I guess the conclusion is: do you need more than 60 frames of FPS to play your games? Well, I guess that's kind of still a debate that's going to be left up in the air. But I think the consensus is you don't need more than 60 FPS, but it does you can't benefit from having more than 60 FPS in a game.
Yeah, and and from looking at it from the consumer standpoint, if you're playing something on on a next gen console, or if you're playing something on your PC, anything below 60 is a slap in the face to them. Like it is. Like Batman, that Gotham Knight being at, locked at 60 or 30 frames per second on console. People was upset about that. Starfield on Xbox, people was upset about that. It's like, what the heck? But I don't know. I don't know. For those games, maybe maybe like at 30 frames per second. I'm not gonna lie. Batman did play that Gotham. That game did play pretty good. It looked pretty all right. But yeah, let's keep thinking that 60 minimum, folks. 60 minimum.
Yeah. All right. So I guess our final topic for the evening, Shorty.
Yeah.
Do you feel that having a gaming community is beneficial to your experience playing games?
You know something? It's a yes and no for me. Yes, when it's a pretty good gaming community that you are a part of. And people, let me just go ahead and start by saying this. There's a lot of good gaming communities, out there that you can be part of, but know when it's a toxic gaming community. Like, for example, in all honesty, Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a pretty well known game pretty well known for having a toxic gaming community, right? Well, I guess for the most part. And the thing is, with Call of Duty, personally, I say this: I don't turn on my mic when I play COD. I don't care to listen to other people talk this back, how the music playing loud, all this stuff. If I'm playing COD, I'm either in a chat party with the homie Jake or one of the other homies, and like having a blast. But as a greater community as a whole, not so much. So it could be like, if anything, it could be beneficial and detrimental as well. If You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, in my experience, you know, gaming communities can be beneficial if you can find a community that works for you. But
Yes.
the problem is gaming communities are not really the same as they used to be. When we used to play Destiny, we have, and even with Destiny 2, you have clans and you have groups, and you build your own gaming community for that particular game.
Yeah.
And that's, how you kind of start creating certain relationships and having certain, you know, people involved in your game environment. But, now most of the time, like when you're looking at gaming communities, you're reaching out to places like Reddit or,
IGN. I'm not IGN, but LFG.
yeah, LFG, all these different places. And you're usually end up playing with randoms of some sort, people you have no experience or have no knowledge about. So you don't know their gameplay, you don't know how they act. When things kind of get down to the pressure moments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you don't know if they're a toxic person or not. You can start playing with somebody and feel like, hey, this person's pretty good. I like playing with them, and then you play with them more often, and then you start finding out that they have like this really bad attitude once they kind of start losing or having this, issue where, if things just don't go their way and they just seem to throw this giant this giant adult tantrum,
Yeah.
and, so it really just depends on the situation. But I mean, can it be beneficial? Yeah, it can be beneficial in your gameplay and how you do things. But I'm going to say that right now, unless you take the time to build your own community and finding people like-minded to play the game with you, gaming communities are not beneficial to your gaming experience.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
I have no problem building a gaming community. I don't, but I honestly just don't feel that if you're going out there looking for a gaming community, you're going to be putting in a lot more work to try and get people to acknowledge you and play
Yeah.
games with you than when you're building your own community and trying to, have, certain individuals involved in your community. Because at that point, you get to choose who gets to be in your community
Exactly.
at that point, and you can choose who you kick out because of their behavior or how they treat other people.
Yes,
But
and I mean, we have had many times. Yeah, many times where we had to kick people out of our little community, our little gaming communities, because they was just overall toxic.
yeah,
But
so
I
I mean,
like that take. I do.
I mean,
I respect it.
but like I said, I I do like meeting new people, and I like meeting people to play with and stuff like that, and whatnot. But uh, you know, until I find the right group of people, my gaming community experience has always been on the negative side.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that does not mean that I'm not going to have a good experience with those people that I actually have, similar interests with, or
Yeah.
those people that I can actually feel like I can communicate with or enjoy playing a game with. So, can it be beneficial? Yes, it can be beneficial because if you find the right group of people, your gaming experience will thrive.
Yeah.
But if you cannot find a gaming community, or you find a community where you have to put in so much more work than it's worth, and you find out that you are not getting the responses that you need, and people are not, taking the opportunity to get to know you, then your gaming experience will not thrive.
Yep. You will get. It would just be unpleasant experience.
Exactly.
So, to be honest with you, I can say this. The one thing I struggled the most when it came down to, the gaming community in Destiny, even though we have our own community, the one thing I have struggled most with is finding a community of players that, well, like me, enjoy the story, enjoy lore, and not just in it for the best gear and stuff like that. Because, in all honesty, it's like it becomes like sometimes in communities it becomes a measuring test,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, I got this, oh, I got that, oh, I got this. You don't have that. You can't join my fire team if you don't have this weapon or this layout and stuff like that. That's when it's a good example of a gaming community being unbeneficial to you, in all honesty, and detrimental in a way, because I've seen a litany of people stop playing the game because of that. Hey, I have stopped messing with a few games because of that. Because it's like, well, I enjoy the game, but I just don't enjoy the community. I'm good on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just, it is what it is. It's the human element, I guess.
It is. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and the jury, hopefully the verdict will be out very soon for your decisions on what you think. Do we need more than 60 FPS to play your games? And what do you feel about the gaming community itself? And how is it beneficial to you? And what is your experience with gaming communities? If you'd like to, let us know. Please reach out to us on Twitter or X at GamersChat 2023. And we also have an Instagram. It is at GamersChat Official.
Yep.
So please feel free to, drop a like and follow and just kind of let us know what you think. It would be very grateful, to have that kind of interaction with you guys.
Yeah, it would. And plus, I mean, we're open to it. So come on, give us a love.
We're desperate. We're desperate.
Gary.
I'm kidding. Anyways, thank you for listening to Gamers Chat Podcast. We will be back next week with more random topics and news that we can find to chat about. And you can find us on Twitter or X at GamersChat 2023. And you can find us on Instagram at GamersChat Official.
Yep.
See you guys next time.
Peace.